welcome to our today's show, Terry. And I am just so amazed by how lucky we are today by the type of weather that we got, even though it has been forecasted to have a lot of rain. We didn't get any rain at all, and we have these beautiful clouds covered us. Otherwise, I think it would have been very, very hot day. So, yeah, why don't we start with you introducing yourself and what it is that you do?
So, my name is Terri Peterson, and I teach a form of conscious breath work called soul breathing. And I also have a wellness and coaching practice for better health and longevity. So, I do that. But I also have an in with the weather, and I've been working on the weather all week. Yeah, we did. I texted Kelly last night. I said, "We did it. Look, it's only like 10% chance." And it wasn't like 70% chance. So, yeah, it's been a beautiful day.
It is gonna be a beautiful day. Funny thing is, when on Monday he asked me, "Did you already pay for the festival?" I said, "Did." Oh my God! I wish you wait and look for at the weather because it's gonna rain all day Saturday. I said, "Don't worry about it."
Good. I know I know other people were working on it too, and we all had help. Kelly started helping me yesterday, and it just all of a sudden went down from like
It's a collective.
30 to 15. So I thought, wow, that's fun.
Yeah. So tell us about the soul breathing.
Soul breathing, it's an amazing conscious breathing modality that helps you anchor your soul more fully into your body so you can be the best you can be. At the beginning levels, it works physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually all at the same time. So it does a lot in the physical body, but it also clears emotional traumas and mental limitations and beliefs that we have in our subconscious mind. And when we do this breathing, continuously for a while. It's just a conscious form of breath work, although there's thousands of kinds of breathing techniques on the planet, and this is just one of them. But when you do it, it works on all those levels. And as you start to clear out the stuck patterns that we all have, it starts to get you in tune with the divine, and you are able to live your best life.
Yes, we're open to different possibilities
Yeah,
that is
exactly.
available to us. How did you, I guess, fell into this work?
So my day job that I retired from is I'm a pharmacist. I was a pharmacist for 42 years, and it's a really dense profession, and I was trying to get out of it. I never really fit the mold, but when I had kind of a spiritual awakening, I really didn't fit the mold anymore. So I was trying to get certified in Reiki and pranic healing and light body and a few other things, and I was going to quit pharmacy and just teach meditation or be a healer, but something kept holding me back. And when I had my first breath session in 2009, and I had studied some breath work before, but I never had such a profound awakening as when I had my first breath session in 2009. And I just knew I was going to teach it someday. Now, I said that about all those other things, and I never did it. My family thought I was crazy. My friends thought I was crazy, and something kept holding me back. But I discovered after working with my breath little by little, it opened the doors, and it was my breath that was holding me back. And so as I embraced my own breath and fixed my own breath pattern, which was all funky, trust me, just everything started open little by little. And here I am today, and I've taught all over the place. I had a good thriving breath side business for 15 years, and now I'm doing it full time. So it's beautiful.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. So tell us a little bit about how that modality is unique compared to a lot of other different breath work,
Perfect, because there's
panic breath work. Yeah.
there's so many breathing techniques out there, and they're all good. They all do something different. Soul breathing brings your soul more fully into the body. It is the natural breath you're born with and the natural breath you die with. So it's very safe and it's easy to do. Problem is most people have forgotten that natural breath. Little things happen in your life. You have some traumas, something that comes up, and you see the monster in the bed. Some tissues,
You hold your breath.
yeah, and some tissues lengthen, some tissues shorten. So a new breath pattern is born. Little by little by little, every little trauma, every little thing that scared you or hurt you or given you some kind of an emotion, if you haven't felt it or released it, it's stored in your cells, it's stored in your emotional layers, and it's stored in your breath. So as we do this breathing, it starts to unwind the emotional layers. It also starts to unwind the mental limitations and our belief systems that we hold in our subconscious mind, things that we put out there that we don't even know we're thinking every day. Because what you think is what you create, and where you vibrate is what you create. So our cells, our emotions, our mental layers are all components of our vibration, and what we put out is what we get back. And soul breathing works on a level of vibration. So you asked what the difference was. We are going to create a circuit with the body that we're going to use the breath as a tool to activate our cells in our body. And as it spins off this circuit and creates this vibration, your breath is movement of your spirit in and through the body. It's the highest vibration of all. So there is a physics principle called entrainment that basically states if you have lower, slower vibrations, it's going to move up to the higher. So if you have, say, two tuning forks close in range, one is lower, one is higher, they'll both be singing the same note. And so as we do this breathing, any lower, slower vibration, sadness, guilt, shame, unworthiness, doubt, starts to vibrate up to the highest vibration of all, which is the breath in and through the body. And so little by little, we start to unwind those layers and we vibrate from a higher place permanently. And we keep breathing and we do more and we vibrate higher and higher. Pretty soon we're vibrating in a pretty high place and we're pretty clear. And we start to attract back what we want in our life versus what we don't want in our life. And then the fun begins. You might think we're done because life's going pretty good. And as we do the breathing, we're breathing in that liquid light that's coming in from the sun and from the divine. And we're actually helping our cells hold more charge. We're bioelectromagnetic beings. And so we start to vibrate higher and higher. I think soul breathing is the fast track to enlightenment, but you got to keep going with it. So, and some people are afraid to hold that much power in this physical body. So when you do it with the breath, it's easy. The breath knows exactly what you need. So as a facilitator, facile in Latin means to make easy. So I just help make your breath easy. And as you breathe, the breath gives you exactly what you need. So it's just the right amount. And then you may do it again and again. And little by little, you just transform into this beautiful butterfly. Yeah, so it's great.
As you speak about this, I really definitely feel your passion coming through, and I can really tell that you are just immersed in this bubble of energy of this soul breathing,
Soul breathing.
soul
Yeah.
breathing, and you are soul breathing.
Yeah,
I can
you are.
feel- I can
You are the breath. We are the breath. The breath is our pillar. And if you want something in your life, fix your breath because your breath could bring it to you. If you use your intention with the breath, say what you want, like the weather, and then breathe on it, you can create good weather.
Right, exactly. I 100% agree with you on that. So, what are the ways that people breathe it correctly?
So I had a lot of people at my booth today, and a lot of people breathe backwards. A lot of spiritual people breathe backwards, breathing in their chest, not in their belly. This breathing and really how our body's designed to breathe, it's a whole body breath. As you breathe in properly, so you have your diaphragm here, and it's like a mini trampoline right through the middle of your body, and it's slightly curved. It's a muscle when it's resting. We breathe 24,000 times a day, so every time we breathe, that muscle contracts and fishes on all of our soft tissue organs, which actually helps our cells and our organs talk to each other. It actually helps give our organs a massage so they detox and they do the work they're supposed to do for us. But it also causes the belly to rise. So the belly should rise and then the chest should rise. And it's a big, smooth, full inhale from belly to throat, which is where the lungs kind of end at the clavicles. And then this is what makes cold breathing really different. It's around the exhale. So around the exhale, we just let go. It's a short sigh. It's just a letting go. When we can let go in life, the life flows to us. When we don't hold on to our breath or whatever it is that we're afraid we're going to lose, life just shows up. And so it's constant filling up with the beauty of breath, just letting it go. And then we'll create a circuit with our breath by connecting the inhale to the exhale and the exhale to the inhale. That's going to spin off this vibration. And the vibration is going to work to clear those stuck patterns and hold more higher levels of light into the cells. But it's really that exhale. A lot of people can't let go. And a lot of people just breathe in their chest. They don't know how to breathe in the belly. Now, I was opposite. When I first started this, I couldn't breathe in my chest. My heart had so many blocks. It was like, why do you breathe up here? I breathe down here fine because I was pushing. I was going to go for it. I was going to teach Reiki. I was going to teach product healing. I was going to do it. But something kept holding me back. My heart was blocked. I hadn't learned how to feel. I'd shut it down. And so I learned how to open my heart and breathe into my heart and feel everything in my body does. The healing's in the feeling. So when we do this breathing, we don't have to know what we're clearing. We just have to feel the vibration of it leaving the body. As we feel it, it leaves. It doesn't stay stuck. So anyway, thanks for asking that question.
Yeah, absolutely. So perfect. I love that you share that. So now why don't we give us a little bit of tips on how to actually breathe correctly?
So the first thing you can do is take your hand and place it on your belly. Your belly is below your navel, above your pubic bone, way down low. And take a breath and see on the inhale if your belly goes out or if it goes in. So I'm going to take a breath. And my hand goes out because I'm filling up like a balloon. So if you're breathing in your belly and your hand is going out on an inhale, you're probably breathing properly to some extent. You still may not be breathing all the way up into your chest though. And so it's important to check the whole thing. And if you take one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest, the lower hand should move first and the upper hand should be second. So if I take a breath in, that thigh, the bowl.
Are we breathing in through the mouth or through the nose?
So that's a good question. So when we go around in the world, we should breathe in and out through the nose. But when we are doing the soul breathing breath, I invite people to try to breathe in and out through the mouth. It's because it's a bigger opening and a bigger hole. And as you take in more oxygen, along with that oxygen rides the prana, the chi, the life force that's going to work to create that vibration to help you clear your traumas and patterns faster. You can do it in and out through the nose, but the exhale, remember, is short and relaxed. It takes 1 or 2 seconds. And when you're doing it in and out through the mouth, you hear it more. It's just a short sigh. And if you're doing it in and out through the nose, it takes longer to get out and it's harder to hear the exhales.
So the in breath is longer than the out breath.
Yes, exactly. The in breath is about choice. We can choose if we want to take a big breath in or if we want to take a little breath in. The exhale is always a function of that incat. So if we take a big breath in, we're going to have a bigger sigh, a bigger puff out. But the sigh is relaxed. It's passive. You don't hold it. You don't push it. You just allow it. And then as soon as you let go, and you don't have to get all the air out. In fact, you need about 30% of air in your lungs at all times or they'll flaps. So you just breathe in and you let it go. And then the third part of the breath is we connect it. So we'll breathe in right away again. When we fill up, we let go right away. And it's a short sigh. Then we fill up right away. So the only part we work on the inhale, we choose on the inhale. Do we want to take a big breath in? And then we let go. Or do we want to take a little breath in? I saw a lot of people today that had small breaths. Some of that is related to the fear of what if I'm big in the world? What if I really step into my power? Then maybe I'll get damped out again. Maybe I don't want to be big. So I'll just take a tiny breath and I can be invisible. So we worked on that a lot today with people. I've turned a lot of people's breaths around, gave them tips and tricks. If you breathe backwards, if you breathe in your chest and not your belly, it's really important to turn that around because as you age, really you're cutting yourself off from your diaphragm on down. The energy is not going to your lower chakras. You could have lower organ issues, low back issues, hip issues, hormonal issues, anything in the lower part of the body. As you age, it's going to start to catch up with you because the energy is more closed off down there. You may be a warming, loving, kind-hearted person breathing in the heart, but you're not saving that love and that energy for yourself.
It's all going out.
Mm-hmm. It's important. We have to take care of ourselves first in order to be able to help the world. Absolutely. So, yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. I sing.
It's a profession. So you probably have a good breath because you know how to use your diaphragm.
Yes, I need tricks. I know how to make sure my belly expands. And when I sing, in order for me to maybe sing a very long note, I need to control that breathing out. But what you're telling me right now, if I'm doing this soul breathing, the inhale is longer than the exhale, but then the exhale is not like you're controlling it, you're just allowing it to happen, right? Mm.
And yet, singing is very good, and the tones that you hold on the singing, we incorporate that into soul breathing. So I've just given you a little bit. The first part is learning the proper breathing technique, but later on, as we get more accustomed and comfortable with that breathing, we add in body movement and toning or singing a note to open up further the chakras, because every chakra has a note and a sound and a color, and so we can tone on that note to help open up our heart or open up our root or open up our crown chakra. So it's a whole process and it's really fun.
It's fascinating. I learned about the different vowels of the different chakras. You have the lam, vam, ram, yam, ham, aum, and om.
Yeah.
Is that the same?
So there's lots of different methods of toning, and several different teachers have done it differently. I study with Jonathan Goldman, and it's more ooh, it's more ooh, oh, ah, I, e. Yeah. So that's the one we usually use, but it's the vowel sounds. The vowel sounds are the sacred sounds of creation. And when we put a k or a t, or even start with a v, that's closed. And so we just want to tone on an open
It's
sound.
more outward because like the is more of like having that vibration or reverberate inside the body.
That's true.
Because it's close. I can feel it when I hum. All the vibration is on my
And that's
face.
actually really good too. I just saw a documentary on humming. We all should be humming. And when you hum and put your tongue up the soft palate, it opens up some of the higher chakras. One thing about soul breathing is we want to bring that high vibration and source into our physical form and down into the earth. So when we breathe in and out through the mouth, we bypass some of those upper chakras, which allows us to anchor it down and in. Enlightenment isn't up and out anymore. It used to be that you had to go up and out to reach those higher vibrations, but it's really now about descension, bringing those higher vibrations into the body so we can do our work in the world.
I am so just glad that you mentioned that because I think a lot of humans, especially the more spiritually aware humans, are really so focused on ascending up there. When we know as a soul,
We have a body.
decided or we chose to descend into
Yeah.
this physical vessel. And the goal is to really bring the spirit down into the body. So that just brings, to me personally, in this conversation, that awareness of like, breathe the breath, the life, the prana, the chi. There is a way to using your imagination and your intention, as I'm imagining,
We use all of that in this process.
to bring it, collect that power and bring it down, not just you're imagining it, but actually physically, there's ways to measure this now.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
There is.
To bring it down into the body, down to the level of our DNA,
Absolutely.
and incorporating light, the breath and the light that comes down.
So one of the practices I offer as a more advanced state is we do this breathing and then we bring in new strands of DNA and new light codes come
Activating.
in and activating it. It's all in accordance with each person's I am presence. So whatever level you're at, your I am will control it. Your soul will give you exactly what you need. Your breath, though, it's almost like it's the fabric or the ethers of the tapestry that allows all those light codes to dance and play with you and come into the physical state. Right? There's so much to it. It's just like the connection to the codex and the glyphs of the whole cosmos. Yeah.
We are, yes, we are star being, we are, right? And that's all we are. I really, really love this conversation. I really look forward to more. We actually want to invite you to our studio in Robbiesdale. So I will connect with you and we're going to continue this conversation down there. But it was lovely to meet you
Great to
today
talk to you.
and to talk about soul breathing. Why don't you speak to our audience directly and tell them how they can find you, where they can find you
Sure.
online?
Okay, sure. I'm Terri Peterson, and my business is called The Connecting Spirit because breath connects us all. It's the spirit that connects us. And my website is theconnectingspirit.com. And my email is theconnectingspirit@gmail.com. Or you can call me or text me at 651 442 4623. And if you're not into spirituality, I have another website called breathingwellness.net. And that is more for people who want lunch and learns for their business, or somebody who's not really just wants breath to help their physical body, because it will work on your physical body, and maybe some emotions will come up as well. But if you're just really wanting, the science behind the breath, you can, or if you know somebody that would be turned off by any kind of, actually my connecting spirit site's pretty mainstream now. When I created it, it was a little more out there, but breath is becoming pretty mainstream. So look at both websites, and if you have a friend and you don't think they're going to like connecting spirit, send them to breathing wellness.